Now, our second Aurora Humanitarian, Father Tomás González Castillo, we're going to show you now a video of his work before I welcome him to the stage with Mary Robinson. So here is the work of Father Tomás.
Y ese proyecto de la Casa del Migrante es recibir a la gente más vulnerable de la región, a los pobres. Que el denominador común es que son pobres que han tenido que salir de sus países por razones económicas o por la violencia criminal que hay ahora en Centroamérica.
Recuerdo una tarde de que salí, venía llegando del trabajo. Mi esposa estaba llorando y lo único que me repetía una y otra vez era vámonos, vámonos, tenemos que irnos, vámonos. Realmente había llegado un hombre extraño, bueno, llegaron varios hombres. Realmente le dijeron de que si yo no me unía a ellos, que o a ella le iban a matar y también iban a matar al niño.
La gente está atrapada en el sur de México, no pueden salir. Si salen a las carreteras está migración, con la Policía Federal fuertemente armada, esperándolos. Si se van en el tren, se van a enfrentar con el crimen organizado.
Me trepé en la noche al tren y seguí hasta Chontalpa. Allá asaltaron el tren ese día. Pararon de 8 a 10 hombres, se treparon ahí.
¡Viva la América! ¡América!
Y en algunas partes del país, los cárteles de la droga los secuestran o no pueden pagar el rescate de sus familias, los matan. En agosto de 2010 aparecieron 72 cuerpos de personas migrantes masacradas en San Fernando, Tamaulipas. Cuando viene la masacre de los 72, se descubre lo que está pasando en México. Entonces, nosotros acá en el sur tomamos como nombre el número de los 72, ¿no? Nuestra primera de trabajo es la asistencia humanitaria. Ofrecemos comida, ofrecemos hospedaje, ofrecemos servicios de salud. Muchos de ellos vienen con las plantas de los pies deshechas por las grandes caminatas o con dolores musculares, dolores de cabeza por el sol, la caminata, en fin. Y sin exagerar, yo creo que esta gente sufre el Vía Crucis como lo sufrió Jesús. Y cada golpe que les da migración, cada humillación que les da la sociedad mexicana xenófoba, cada extorsión de parte de las autoridades migratorias es un clavo, es un golpe que le dan a esta gente. Y son la imagen de Jesús crucificado. Están malditos, lo dice Dios. Quien agarra un arma, quien diseña una estrategia, una política migratoria para hacer morir a un inocente que lo único que quiere es caminar, atravesar un país para llegar a trabajar y tener una vida digna, eso es una maldición. Eso no puede ser una bendición.
Well, Father Tomás González Castillo is, as you know, the founder of La 72. Please welcome him to the stage. Father Tomás. And to talk to him, we have Mary Robinson, President of the Mary Robinson Foundation, Chancellor of the Trinity College, Dublin, Honorary President of Oxfam, former UN High Commissioner for Human Rights and former President of Ireland. She is on the Aurora Prize Selection Committee. Thank you.
Well, Father Castillo, first of all, warm congratulations, felicidades, for your being a finalist for the Aurora Prize. As you can see, I came on stage already primed with translation, so those of you who don't understand Spanish, please equip yourselves with the simultaneous translation. It is a great pleasure to have this opportunity to ask you to tell us a little more about your own story. We know that you called your organization after the 72 migrants who were found, their bodies mutilated, killed. But what inspired you to get involved with this huge issue of migrants, immigrants?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the invitation. And this committee and this initiative, Aurora initiative. And I am considering that the real heroes and my inspiration are the migrant people that were that had to leave their countries, and they have to cross the whole South America. And I have the obligation to serve them. It's not possible to see a person that is bleeding, and persecuted by the migration officers, women that suffer violence because of criminals, and we cannot remain without making any actions and undertaking, and whatever they are looking for is to find a dignified way of living.
I know that you feel very much for the pain and suffering and what the migrants endure on the journey. Tell us a little bit about what you have seen and witnessed, both when they come to La 72, your organization, and when they leave.
Sí.
First of all, I would like to make understand the whole context of the region from there they are coming. It's a region which is really very poor, very rich in traditions. There are a lot of people that are there are people on the way that are very generous, and at the same time we have people that are very poor and the violence, criminal violence. And we have also countries that are in war. All these circumstances make the people to leave their home countries. We are speaking about the changing of their places of living, and it is provoked by and whatever they are looking for is to survive. They come to Mexico, entering through the borders of the southern part, and it's also a country where they are refused, where the government and the authorities are very corrupted. They have to face the organized crime, and the life of a migrant is not worth much. They have to face the criminal people, and they have to face violation, and Mexicans
pay money to be trafficked, in effect?
Sí.
Yes, of course, they pay some money. The way of a migrant from Central America to the United States may cost about $12,000, and the value and the cost of for one trafficant. And before it was cheaper, now it's more than $10,000. And it is very much more expensive to try to liberate them.
When I was in Honduras doing work for El Nino and climate in 2016, I was told there were so many young people who tried to go through Mexico to the United States, were turned back and went again. Do you find people coming more than once to your organization?
Yes. And in 2014 and 2015, they declare that there exists the young people crisis leaving the Central America and go to Guatemala and pass through the Mexico to go to the United States. Children that were the children were from the migrant families, and since childhood they were migrants. The adolescents that escape pandillas or maras, that a lot of those young people and the adolescents, they take the route of a migrant to reach to the USA.
I was very pleased to learn that you also support and help those from the LGBTQ community, the gay and lesbian community, because they can be very vulnerable. Tell me their story and how you became particularly aware of their need for support.
Sí, dentro
Yes.
de
Within the frames of the group, vulnerable group, we have the LGBT group. There are some persons and groups of people that are much more vulnerable. The women, the children, and LGBT community, lesbians, transsexuals, homosexuals. All these people, why they are much more vulnerable than women? Because they can violate a woman. Of course, an adolescent, he is vulnerable because of being vulnerable. But imagine a situation of a transsexual child that can be a victim of the authorities and a victim of the people surrounding him. That is why we are designing also a kind of project for every group of vulnerable people or every vulnerable group. And we are demonstrating them the psychological assistance, and we are realizing social work to give them support and contribute to rehabilitation.
And what are the main obstacles, the main problems that you face in your work?
I think that we have three principal obstacles facing. The Mexican authorities in my country, I can say that the authorities are very corrupted, and the corruption goes to the highest level of the authorities. And because of this, there is second obstacle, organized crime, that is due to the corrupted authorities. We have the crisis, generalized violence, and it is there is a kind of war that is very badly designed. We have also the problem of drugs. They are also working for drug trafficking. They take the drugs with them. It is while being engaged in human trafficking, they are also kidnapping them. They are violating them. And in the Central America, they are taking those people, and they are abusing them. And our society, we are in our society with the new era in the United States. Mexico is a country of migrants, and we have 11,000 migrants without documents, and we are also conscious of the pain that they are suffering. But the Mexican state still faces, the Mexican state still has the problem of xenophobia and the discrimination of those people.
Yeah, you have mentioned, the corruption and the problems faced with some of the authorities. But also, I think there are good Mexicans, even in official positions, who recognize, for example, in our work, which I do with my foundation on climate displaced people, the Global Compact on Migration, Mexico is an ally. Mexico is a supporter of good migration policy. What do you say about that?
The migration policy in Mexico is very similar to whatever there is in the continent. We are speaking about the circle in the Central America and in the American continent as a whole. There are some countries that are the destination countries that we have also some countries that are the countries that are making people live, that live on the migration, and countries that earn money from these. Mexico, Honduras, El Salvador, they live from the economy, from the on the money that is coming from the migrants. Y por eso the migration policy in the whole continent, persecution, detention, deportation to the places from there they have come to. They are sending the people. They are sending the people that is looking for a better life to die. So they are sending them to their countries of origin. They are sending them back.
I was watching your face on the video, and because I'm on the committee jury, that's the second time I saw the video, and I was struck at how sad you seemed, how burdened you seemed. So what inspires you, and are you hopeful about the future?
Sí.
You didn't smile much on the video.
Ahora lo estoy.
Now I have the smile. This is to live with the deaf, together with the deaf, and it's very, very difficult and extremely difficult to receive those victims. And they are not 10, and they are not 11, they are every day thousands of people crossing the southern borders. This means that you have to live with the pain all the time, and our house that is called La 72, we are the ancestors of the people coming from Latin America. We also live these sufferings, and we have learned also from the migrants. I am repeating once more that our inspiration is a continuous inspiration. There are a lot of families. There are a number of children, the children that do not understand that they are that are passing those routes completely in order to come to reach to our house. Sometimes they entertain and where we having seen those children that are happy when they are at our house, we also feel that inspiration to go on.
Muchas gracias, felicidades, and thank you also to the interpreter who was interpreting in both directions. Very hard to do.
Gracias a usted y a todos.
Thanks a lot. Thanks everybody.